We live in a world of constant choices, demands, and distractions. Our calendars are filled with obligations, our inboxes overflow with messages, and our minds are pulled in a dozen directions at once. Too often, we say yes to everything, projects, commitments, invitations, and end up scattered, exhausted, and unfulfilled. Greg McKeown's book, Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less, is about escaping this trap. Published in 2014, it has become a guide for anyone seeking clarity in an overwhelming world. McKeown argues that being busy is not the same as being productive, and that success requires not doing more, but doing less better. The essentialist mindset is simple. Focus on what truly matters, eliminate what does not, and create space to pursue your highest contribution. Welcome to 10-Minute Books, the channel where we break down the world's most powerful books into practical lessons you can absorb in just 10 minutes. Today, we're exploring Essentialism by Greg McKeown, a book about the disciplined pursuit of less. The essence of essentialism. McKeown begins by highlighting the problem of modern life. We confuse busyness with importance. The more successful we become, the more demands pile up until we are stretched too thin. Essentialism challenges this culture of more by asking a simple but powerful question: what is truly essential? Essentialists believe less but better. They focus on a few vital priorities instead of trying to do everything. They are not driven by default, but by deliberate choice. The core mindset shift. To practice essentialism, you must adopt 3 truths. 1. I choose to prioritize. Many people act as if they have no choice, but essentialists recognize they always have the power to decide. 2. Almost everything is non-essential. A few things matter vastly more than the rest. The trick is identifying them. 3. Trade-offs are inevitable. You cannot do everything. Saying yes to one thing always means saying no to something else. With these truths, the essentialist learns to live with clarity and purpose. Step 1. Explore. The first step of essentialism is to explore what really matters. Most of us rush into commitments without questioning them. Essentialists pause, reflect, and ask, is this the best use of my time and energy? McKeown suggests asking tough questions. If I didn't already have this opportunity, would I actively pursue it? Will this activity make the highest possible contribution to my goals? Does this align with my values and vision? Exploring means creating space, slowing down, listening, and evaluating carefully instead of reacting impulsively. Step 2. Eliminate. Once you've identified what matters, the next step is elimination. Essentialists cut out the trivial many to focus on the vital few. This means learning to say no firmly, gracefully, and often. Saying no is hard because we fear disappointing others. But every time we say yes to something unimportant, we say no to something essential. McKeown advises practicing the slow yes and the quick no. Take time before committing and decline anything that doesn't clearly align with your priorities. Elimination also means removing clutter from your calendar, your environment, and even your mind. Just as you declutter a room, declutter your life. Step 3. Execute. Essentialism is not just about knowing what matters, it's about making it happen effortlessly. Once you've clarified your priorities and cut away the non-essentials, create systems that make progress natural. McKeown emphasizes the power of routine and small wins. By designing an environment where the essential path is the easiest path, you reduce decision fatigue and make execution smoother. For example, if family time is essential, block it on your calendar. If writing is essential, Schedule it as a daily ritual. The power of saying no. A central theme of essentialism is the courage to say no. McKeown reminds us that saying no is not rude. It is a leadership skill. Every great success required many no's. Steve Jobs famously said that focus is not about saying yes to one idea, but saying no to hundreds of others. When you say no, you protect your energy for what truly matters. Essentialists see no as a way to honor their priorities, not as selfishness. Trade-offs. Choosing what to miss. In a world of endless options, trade-offs are unavoidable. Essentialists embrace this reality instead of denying it. By consciously choosing what to miss, you gain freedom. Instead of trying to keep up with everything, you select the few things worth your full attention. McKeown reminds us, you can do anything, but not everything. The cost of nonessentialism. Non-essentialists spread themselves too thin. They chase every opportunity, say yes to every request, and end up exhausted and mediocre. Their lives become reactive instead of intentional. The cost of non-essentialism is high. Stress, burnout, missed opportunities, and a lack of fulfillment. Essentialism is the antidote. It is about regaining control of your life. Practical tactics. McKeown shares several practical tactics to live as an essentialist. Journal and reflect regularly. Step back to evaluate what truly matters. Sleep and rest. Protecting your energy is essential. Buffer your schedule. Don't pack your calendar. Leave space for the unexpected. Set boundaries. Protect your essential activities by saying no to interruptions. Focus on one thing at a time. Multitasking scatters energy. Concentration multiplies it. Essentialism and leadership. The principles of essentialism apply not only to individuals, but also to organizations. Companies often fail because they spread resources across too many projects. Great companies succeed because they focus intensely on a few things they can do better than anyone else. Leaders who practice essentialism create clarity for their teams and align effort toward what matters most. Modern relevance. In today's digital age, where endless notifications compete for attention, essentialism is more necessary than ever. Many people pride themselves on being busy, but busyness without direction leads nowhere. Essentialism reminds us that less is better, and that true productivity comes from focus, not frenzy. Criticism and balance. Some critics argue that essentialism is too rigid, or that not everyone can afford to say no, especially those in demanding jobs. McKeown acknowledges this, but his point is not to avoid responsibility. It is to make better choices where possible, even in small ways. Even a few essentialist decisions can transform your effectiveness. The big takeaway. Essentialism is about more than productivity. It's a philosophy of life. It teaches us to stop saying yes to everything, to embrace trade-offs, and to focus on the few things that truly matter. Essentialism is not about doing less for the sake of laziness. It's about doing less, but better. The question is, are you scattering your energy across the trivial many, or concentrating it on the vital few? That was Essentialism by Greg McKeown, broken down in under 15 minutes. Which idea resonates most with you? The courage to say no, the discipline of elimination, or the power of routines? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly breakdowns of life-changing books. Thanks for watching, and remember, if everything is important, then nothing Ireland. Choose less, but better.